kind of drawn to the window, I guess, because she had just closed it, and in the distance, you could see this little ring of light with the whitewash, and then I felt inverted, and then I wasn't in the room anymore, and I know how that sounds, but that's what happened.
Hi, I'm Billy Baker for the Boston Globe, and I'm in Sheffield, Massachusetts, way out in the Berkshires, and behind me is the former Reed family farm. What's interesting about this case until now is that it's been very well investigated by people who are into UFOs, and this is one of the iconic encounters. Here's the modern twist. Very recently, the Great Barrington Historical Society took a look at all the evidence in this case, and there's a boatload of evidence, and you can call it evidence, you can call it hearsay, whatever it is. They examined the things that are related to this event, and they came out and said, we believe that this is true.
And then comes the whole idea of, well, how does one, how do you source something like that? What am I going to look at for primary source documents to make sure it is true? We look at events that are significant and true to the history of Great Barrington.
Was there a vote or something taken on whether or not to induct this?
Consensus.
Okay.
Consensus. There was a long discussion.
Okay.
I think the case for us really rested on the fact more the significance of what it means to the local history of Great Barrington. And there's such a broad spectrum there.
A little creeped out.
Becoming one of the first in the nation to induct a UFO case into its museum. It all stems from a claimed encounter in town back in 1969. News 10 ABC's Heather Kovar has the full story, including from the man who says he was the subject of that paranormal activity.
Just miles away, as a child, Thomas Reed says he saw something quite unusual in 1969. Other people made reports as well. That paper trail, along with other documents, are now being compiled right here. Articles, testimony, results of a lie detector test, and even a drawing by then Great Barrington resident Thom Reed of what he saw.
This is hometown news, let's face it, and it's hometown history.
Deborah Opperman, director of the Great Barrington Historical Society, has been compiling the records.
It was tangible. It was seen by others.
To that end date, 14 years later, his father lost his life, and that's when the media started picking up the story. He says it hasn't been easy talking about this, worried it would tarnish his dad's political reputation, but he says he thinks it's credible and an interesting addition to the Historical Society. And look for the exhibit to open in the fall of this year. In Great Barrington, Heather Kovar, News 10 ABC.